Hey, Aquawaha Boy Rocks. It's another Thunderegg Thursday. I'm at Soccor Creek and I'm about to go up the hill and try and find some Thundereggs. Okay, well, that is technically what's left of a double Thunderegg. Never filled in with anything. This grass, because of all the rain, is just ridiculous. So I don't know if I'm going to find this bed or not, but I'm going to look around. Okay, I'm definitely in the right area. Here's a broken one next to a whole one. I think these are going to be mostly junk, like at the place I was at by the campground. But there is definitely material here. That one actually might have something in it. It might be worth taking and cutting on. There's one in there. There's a mass right there. So I think this must be it. Must be weathering out of that rock along here. It probably goes along this whole slope back down to the campground. There's definitely material. Oop, missed. Definitely material all in this area. Just have to get down and go through the grass and see what it is. There's of course a lot more broken ones than whole ones. And gosh, this grass is annoying. This pair of gloves will probably get thrown away when I get back to the car. And just pried out of there this interesting beast. It's got some colorful waterline agate there, some hollow. I think there's about 5 eggs in there. That's going to be heavy to bring down the hill, but it's coming. Well, now I'm up at the wall. You can see all the eggs. Some little whole ones. So I'm going to set up the camera and spend a little bit while longer scouring the hillside. Okay, I've got a bag full of material. I've got another bed or two to check out. I've got to drive back through the creek to get out of here. So I'm going to bid you adieu and see you next Thunderegg Thursday. Hey everyone, Ocklawaha Boy Rocks. It's Thunderegg Thursday. I'm out here at beautiful Soccor Creek, and there's supposed to be another Thunderegg bed right over here somewhere. So let's go look for it. Right out of there was one. And this is kind of ironic because I pulled over here a couple years ago when I had dug at the bed across the campground, or surface collected is more accurate. But I stopped here to take pictures of this view, and I didn't even pay any attention to Thundereggs. I didn't have this as a location marked. Now if it's down on the side here somewhere, I'm gonna leave well enough alone. I don't do drop-offs like that. But what a gorgeous view of the creek down there. Someone or something's been digging there. Not seeing anything yet. Okay. Well, that's straight down. That's straight down. So let's try around the other side of these rocks, shall we? Well, so far I found more toilet paper than I have Thunderegg pieces. There's another little path going around. And there's some pies. Not seeing anything this way either. And you're out here and you follow trails, and you don't really know if it's trails from a person taking you where you want to go, or if it's trails from a critter. Well, I ought to be able to get around there without too much trouble. Okay, here's some rhyolite with what was trying to be Thundereggs in it. And there's like nothing on the ground to pick up, which makes me think nothing's weathered out here. And these are certainly not worth breaking out of the rhyolite. It is cool with all the mosses and stuff on it though. Alright, I went up there. There's nothing up there. There's no more little Thundereggs in the rhyolite. So I'm going to head back down here. Someone at least was nice enough to break off a couple slabs that have the baby Thundereggs in them. So I'm going to take these with me. They don't look like anything really, but just an example of what's here. If someone ever asks me, I can tell them that's what's there, not much else. All right. I was taking some other pictures around here, and I did find a couple of things that, technically a Thunderegg. I think technically a Thunderegg. I don't see any evidence of any more in here, but it's all grown over with lichen and moss, so I don't really know. So, yeah, I guess there's Thundereggs here. Of course, there's millions of the little baby ones over in the other place. Maybe some of the little roundish bumps I'm seeing in this stuff, this Thundereggs. I don't know, but I'm not leaving totally empty-handed. Just another view as I get ready to get out of the Soccor Creek area. I haven't seen it this green and probably won't again. Who knows if I'll ever see it again, but this is unusually green for down here. Alright, I'm about done with Soccor Creek. Not because I hadn't had a great time, I have. I've collected a bunch of material, and none of it's going to be trophies, but it's fun material. But I've got 5-6 hours left before I get to the campsite I'm going to, so I need to get out there in time to kind of get settled before dark. One of the forecasts I looked at said 25 and one said 35, but either way I need to get set up before it gets too doggone cold. Alright, we'll see you next time. Okay, here's most of the material from that spot on the way back down to the road. I also picked up some big material. I'm going to save that for another video, but cut that, see what's in it. I think this is left over from the top of the hill. Not supposed to be in there. Might be something in that one. Yeah, so not great material, but I'm going to cut it, see what's in it. There's an egg there might be something in. That one has some promise, and that one has some promise. Now the spot that I thought was great because of the view, I found this piece, and it is awful light. It does have a little Thunderegg looking feature there, so I'm going to cut into it. And then most of what was there, not that there was even that much of it, but it was little tiny eggs and rhyolite like this. Real low quality stuff, but I brought a little piece back. So I'm not going to work this. I am going to cut this. Alright, I've got some of these rocks cut but not polished. So these are going to be from the 2 different stops that you saw in the video so far. The first one I'm getting out is this one from the second location. The same spot as this piece came from. So I wasn't expecting much, and I didn't get much, but I am excited about this just as having a good example, or I guess an example from another location. So I've got a triple Thunderegg here, 1, 2, 3. And what I found interesting about this one is the green jasper, I guess it is. I've got a vein of it there, but there's a little bit by each of the Thundereggs. So, you know, not a classically cool Thunderegg, but it is kind of neat to have a triple like that from another location. Now I'll get into that one on the side of the hill there, kind of near the campground bed. This first one is just a rhyolite ball, really dark. I was kind of surprised just how dark that is, and it is really nice and solid, but nothing going on there. Then a mostly junk egg. Nothing exciting there. Now comes one of the ones I faced. I'm loving the color of this rhyolite. This one might have a better core than what you're seeing. I just face cut it and it's kind of off center, so I may need to make another cut and get further in there. But you can see that common opal core. That's a pretty solid egg, so not too shabby. Now let's pull another face cut out here. This one was something like this. So hollow, looked pretty junky. It is a little bit junky, but it's got some agate down here. Pretty dark. I guess it's probably translucent waterline. It's got some common opal. And again, that rhyolite, there's a ton of iron, I guess, in this rhyolite. And I don't know if iron out will harm rhyolite, but I may put some in the middle there to try and get some of that iron staining out. Okay, which one to do next? So I'll do the next busted up one. So here we had another busted up Thunderegg. You can obviously tell there's something good in there. And when we open it up, we've got some really pretty common opal and agate and that deep red rhyolite. All right, as usual, save my favorite for last. Got this egg that had some agate waterline there showing, and kind of gnarly. And that is what the inside looked like. Pretty fractured up, but I think that's a darn cool Thunderegg. There's the other side. Some really pretty patterns in the rhyolite. Nice waterline, swirls in this. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with that spot for what I picked up. Now for a quick little preview. Got some Arizona Thundereggs in the mail. At least that's where they say they're from. I'm not familiar with them, but I'm going to try and learn something about them, and you'll see them in another Thunderegg Thursday. Okay, that's it for me and Soccor Creek. There's a little more material I hadn't showed you, and that'll come in a couple of other videos. I wanted to show you these last two spots where I actually stopped and looked. And again, bunch of other beds that I wasn't able to get to for time and the road conditions. Even though I had a capable vehicle, it was pretty nasty out there even after the rain stopped. Some of these spots are kid friendly. Some of them I would not call that. The creek is an interesting place to look. I had looked in the creek once before, but it was just roaring from the rain. So there was no rock hounding the creek gravels this trip. That would have been bad news to try and get in that thing right then. So I hope to get back to Soccor Creek. My trip headed to Hampton Butte after that spot, so I'm going to get away from the Thundereggs for a couple days and look for some petrified wood. But I will see you next Thunderegg Thursday.